today we have Masters League workout 22.2. So this is the second workout of the 2022 open workout. This one is a very interesting workout. I actually enjoyed it once I got into it. So it's a continuous running clock, and it's split into 5-minute blocks. So you have 5 minutes to complete 10 bench press at 60 kilo, 20 Russian swings at 32 kilo, and then 30 wall balls to a 10-foot target at 20 pounds. So in the remaining time of that, you then have to complete the heaviest weight for 5 reps you can in that remaining time of that 5 minutes. So if you finish the workout portion of it in 3 minutes, you have 2 minutes to establish a heavy 5-rep bench press, and then the clock ticks over, and then you start again. So it's 4 rounds, 5 minutes of bench press, Russian swings, wall balls, and remaining time max weight of a bench press. So I can tell you straight off the bat that I had a very bad strategy, which 100% affected my workout. So my strategy was to try and do the bench press unbroken, the Russian swings unbroken, and break the wall balls up into 2 sets. Something along the lines of like 16 and 14 or 15 and 15. Didn't matter too much, whatever I was feeling at the time. In regards to the weight that I had chosen for my 5-rep, I wasn't doing a 5RM. It was actually under my 5RM weight. But the weight I chose for the first set was 81 kilo. For the second set, it was going to be 76 kilo, and then 71 kilo for the last 2 sets, depending on how that second last set felt. I might have dropped it back down even further, down to 69 kilo. But as you'll see, didn't quite work out that way. So there were a couple of key points that I underestimated or overlooked when I was formulating my strategy. First one being, which sounds quite silly, but factoring in that obviously with a higher heart rate, any strength movement is significantly harder. Even though I have done quite a few workouts where I am doing bench press at like 70 to 80% of my 1RM mixed with rowing or something like that. So I have experience doing it. I just, for whatever reason, didn't think of it, didn't factor it in. The second thing I didn't factor in, which comes into play a little bit later, over the past sort of 6 months, I've had a lower back injury. Not that the Russian swings aggravated it or even irritated it. It was just more to the fact that I haven't been able to put in the volume for things like deadlifts or any sort of posterior chain work. So I was really under-conditioned to try and maintain the Russian swings at that weight. So that came into play a little bit further, back a little bit into the workout, which I found that because I was having to work quite hard on the Russian swings, that affected my wall balls also. So they were the 2 biggest things that I overlooked when I was formulating my strategy for this one. On the first round, of the 5 minutes, everything felt pretty comfortable. Second round, which is this here, the bench press was feeling okay. This is where the Russian swings actually I noticed that it was quite a high possibility that I will not be able to do the all the sets of Russian swings unbroken. So that started to play with my head just a little bit. So into this second round here, I still do manage to get the 20 reps on the Russian swings, but there's definitely doubt that sort of crept in moving into like the third and fourth round of the Russian swings here. Going into the second set of wall balls, I wasn't feeling overly confident with these. I actually, to be quite honest, don't remember if I broke this up into 2 sets or 3 sets. So what happened during this workout, and you'll definitely see it in the next round, my mind starts thinking forward. So one thing that I used to do in the past when it come to the Open more specifically, because that was the only really online competition back then, was I only used to do the workouts once, sort of one and done type of mentality. Since I've started doing these YouTube videos and doing them twice, it's only been one other time where I started sort of, when something wasn't going perfectly, started to pull back and conserve energy, and start thinking about the redo. I tried to fight that on this particular workout, tried to use a whole different range of tactics to try and combat that, but once it sort of creeped into the back of your mind, it's hard to get it out. So here I'm putting on 76 kilo. 76 kilo. I think I waited about 30 seconds to start, so it was about a minute before I was starting. So you notice on the first round, I waited quite a significant amount of time. I think it was about a minute, and still had about, I think, 40 seconds rest or something like that. That was part of the strategy that I come up with, was to give myself like a minimum 30 seconds rest between the sort of the workout going into the 5 rep, and then have at least 30 seconds after the 5 rep going into the next round. I think that's definitely achievable, especially with my next attempt, where I'm going to be changing up the weight or the load that I use for the entire workout, really. So still managed to get the 5 reps out on this second round. Quite a bit of fatigue going in to that. Also, you notice I did speed up quite a bit of this, especially towards the back half of this workout, mainly because the wheels really start to fall off during this round. So I'm not going to make you sit through the whole thing. When I do my next video, so me versus myself, I'll have the whole thing playing, so you'll be able to see how terribly this first workout went. And again, that was 90% due to the very, very poor strategy that I put in place for myself. Obviously not factoring in my current strength and fitness level. So so here I actually do more reps than I initially wanted to during it. So meaning I wanted to put it down a lot sooner than I actually did. So I forced myself to do those extra reps. At the end of the day, for this particular workout, it doesn't make any difference whatsoever, but it's always a good habit to get into, to try and do those extra reps that you don't want to do. Most of the time you can do more than what you think you can do. So I believe I did 15 reps and then finished off the extra 5. And this is where those thoughts really start to creep into the mind. Oh, this isn't going exactly as planned. Should I stop? Try to conserve as much energy I can for the redo. But I kept pushing through, mainly because I wanted to experience it a little bit more, to really feel what it's going to feel like in those later rounds with the fatigue. Even though I've done 1,000, more than 1,000 actually, many workouts with this type of muscular fatigue, doing this particular workout is only going to help me when I do my redo. 9 times out of 10, once you've done a workout once, you're generally going to beat it the next time, just because you're more experienced with that particular workout. So that was part of my reasoning for continuing to push through, even though I knew that it was going to be a really bad score, or I wasn't going to even finish the workout, and that's pretty much what ends up happening. Start sort of giving up on these wall balls here, breaking them up. I don't even know how many sets I end up doing, but it's a lot, and on that 4th round as well, it's just a lot of resting, questioning what I'm doing basically. So here, just give up on the wall balls, try and prepare for the next round. This is where I try and talk to myself out of not giving up, still pushing hard. I end up doing 4 sets. I think I do a set of 3, 2 sets of 3, 2 sets of 2. So my strategy going into the redo is going to be significantly different to this one. On the wall balls, I am going to break them up from earlier from the start, so I'm going to do 3 sets, 12, 10, 8 on the wall balls. I am going to break up the Russian swings as well, and lower the weight quite significantly on the 5 rep bench press. So for this one, I said I was doing 81, 76 and 71 for the last 2, depending. This time around, on the redo, I am looking at doing 71 for the first one, and 66 for the second one. Depending on how that second one feels, I might try and do that for the last 3 as well. If I need to drop it back down, it will be like 63 kilo for the last 2 sets. So that is my game plan heading into my redo. We'll definitely have a stronger mindset also, not having that safety net there of redoing the workout, making it actually count. So this one was definitely a learning curve. Hopefully you can also learn from it as well and don't make the same mistakes I did. And all the best for your attempt.